Well, an historic farm in Elk Grove is ready to help you grow your own food and help the environment.
Agricultural artist Lori Wallace is live getting her hands dirty this morning.
Hi, Lori.
I've really become the expert at everything.
I'm telling you.
Cody. Okay, so I am out here at Stonelake Farms. My friend Cliff here, whose family has had this property since the 1950s, is just letting the chickens out. They're coming out for the morning now. These are free-range chickens out here on the farm. They're making a grand entrance. Just for you two. So I met Cliff. I was out here with the Together We Heal community talking about the big day of giving a couple of weeks ago. And I got to know Cliff a little bit. And I said, I have to come back because this guy just has too much great history and information for us. And Cliff, these chickens out here, you got a whole bunch of them. They usually come out at 9, but you let them out a little early.
Yeah, I let them out, what, a minute early today, just for you.
Okay, so this is a big property. How many acres are we on? And let's talk about how long your family's had this farm.
Well, I only have 22 acres anymore. At one time it was 140, and at one time I farmed 1,200 acres. But we had a big flood in 1958, and that wiped me out. So I had to start all over again.
Okay, so you do just about everything out here, and I wanted to walk this way because not only does he do everything, but he kind of rigs up a bunch of stuff too. You have a lot of old farm equipment out here. You've restored a lot of it, and you've kind of invented some of your own pieces that makes life easier out here for you.
Yeah, to do stuff because I've tried to turn this into an organic farm, so we don't use any chemicals whatsoever. There's no herbicides, pesticides, rodenticides, no fertilizer. Everything is grown just with the soil that God gave us.
Okay, so as we're walking over here to show you some of the equipment that Cliff has worked on, you mentioned the organic farm and just the natural soil, and you were telling me before the segment here that people at home that are trying to do their own gardens, that's the biggest mistake they make, is spending a ton of money to try and get their gardens ready.
Right. There's no reason if you got a backyard with a 20 by 30, 20 by 40 space, or some combination of that, you can grow you can feed your family for under $100 a month or a year. There's no point in spending more than $100 if you're on a budget. I mean, if you've got money and you want to spend it, go for it. But if you just want to grow your own veggies, then the only tool you need to buy is a really good shovel.
And that's it. And all of the scraps that you go throughout the day can go right back into the garden.
Absolutely. You know, we waste so much organic fertilizer and we contaminate the soil and the water or not the soil, but the water. We run these garbage disposals, which grind up the stuff, put it in the water. Then the waste treatment facilities have to take it back out of the water. And that's the best fertilizer you're ever going to buy.
Okay, well,
it's free.
We love that. Our favorite F word on Good Day Sacramento. Okay, so take a look here. All this equipment out here. Some of it might look like it's lived its life and it's done, but you've restored most of this, and you actually use all of these pieces that we're looking at.
Yep. This thing here I made because when I wanted to start saving water, I put this tube underground to save the water, and so I had to make something to put the tube underground. So this is an old bar that I had. I welded some attachments on it, put a shank on it, built the bottom piece to it, and now I can install the plastic line, which has reduced my water usage by over 60%.
And when I look impressed when Cliff's talking about all of the things he's done, he's like, oh, you could do it, it's easy, it's no big deal. I'm like, Cliff, actually, I couldn't do this. Just so you know, I actually could not. And as we look out there at all of the crops you are growing right now, we're kind of in between seasons. So kind of getting rid of the winter stuff, trying to grow some of the summer crop. But you also have a pumpkin planting program for kids. And this is the area where they'll be working out there too.
Probably the area, yeah. We let kids come out and I show them how to plant the pumpkin, and then they have to come back every month and they have to weed around it and stuff, and then they get to come back in October and harvest their pumpkins.
Yeah, they get to do the work, but they learn from the best right here. Okay, so Cliff said he loves volunteers. So if you're watching and you're thinking, gosh, I really could, afford to learn a thing or two about gardening or get your kids out, this guy knows a lot of stuff, so he can help you. And he also said, because he is, do you mind if I say your age?
No.
Okay. I didn't want to do that without asking, but then I asked him on live TV. He is 80 years old, okay?
Nice.
And he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
He does all this work out here, and he did promise me that if we come out here and work, we're guaranteed to look this good when we're 80.
That's right.
So,
well, better in your case.
Better in my case. Yeah, look at him. He's sweet. You see that? All right, so we're going to stick around because he actually invented, what would you call it, a contraption?
A contraption? Well, I came up with the concept. I actually bought one that I found was actually put together. or I could buy the parts to put it together.
Okay, but he made it, and it's a really cool thing for people that can't kind of get down and get into the garden the way they used to.
Yeah.
It really helps. So we're going to show you that, and it's solar powered. That's coming up next hour.
Fabulous.
Okay.
And Lori, you know, you live in Elk Grove, so you could just swing around the holler and
Got
go
a point.
volunteer.
Yeah.
The holler.
You know,
That's what I'm saying.
just saying. Just saying.
Especially with that contraption. You can get down and get back up again. All right, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Lori.